So, good morning dear students. So, now we are going to discuss about two forces in chapter work, power and energy. Now, in junior classes, we have learned that in terms of point of application of force, force is divided into two types, that is contact and non-contact force. But there are also other types of forces. But in terms of work done, force is divided into two types. One is called conservative force and other is non-conservative force. So what do you mean by conservative and non-conservative force? The conservative force means the force in which we can retrieve, we can restore total work done. It means total work done is constant or conserved, or total work done is zero. Clear? So since total work done is zero and since we can conserve the total amount of work done, so we can say that is total mechanical energy in this case is also conserved. So it means in a word conservative, isn't it? We use the term conservative, it means it is a constant. Clear? So the force in which in case of a system, okay, the work done, the force is said to be conservative, in which the total work done is zero, or we can restore and total mechanical energy is conserved, okay, or constant. Such force is called conservative force. It can be cleared through examples. There are some examples, that is gravitational force, attractive or repulsive force of magnetic force, that is electrostatic force, and then you can see, okay, so central force. All these are called central forces. Clear? Now it can be cleared through an example, that is gravitational force, okay, that is in case of magnetic forces, that is attractive or repulsive forces. In case of electrostatic forces, okay, the attractive and repulsive forces between two opposite point charges. Okay, now all these are called central forces. Now what do you mean by central force? Central force means the force, since, okay, which works towards or away from a point. Clear? If it works, okay, if the force is acts towards a point or it is moving away from a point, in both the cases it means it has to be either towards or away from a point. These are called central forces. You can see the gravitational forces, whether it is towards or against, or magnetic forces means attractive or repulsive forces. In case of attraction, it acts towards a point. In case of repulsive forces, it acts away from a point. It is also true in case of electrostatic force also. Now the concept can be cleared through example. Now you can see, now if we throw an object, at first if we take an object and if we throw against gravity, clear, then what would happen? Then against gravity, its gravitational energy will be mgh, isn't it? It gravitational energy, it means the total work done will be minus mgh. We have already learned. But after attaining the maximum height, when it will fall down, it will fall towards the gravity. In that case, its work done, or we can say that is gravitational potential energy, is mgh, isn't it? It means in first case, you can see in the first case it is called negative work done, and in case of during fall down it is called positive work done. So total work done we can say that is zero. Clear? Isn't it? So that's why total work done is restored or zero. Total mechanical energy is conserved. We have already learned. In case of a free fall body, the total mechanical energy is constant. So this force is called conservative force. It means if during the first journey, okay, if during first journey if we take it positive, then in case of returning it will take we will consider it as a negative, isn't it? So since work done is zero, it means it doesn't depend on path. Clear? So we can take the example. Now in first case we take the suppose the work done has taken place, isn't it? The journey of the object is in linear motion, isn't it? Along, okay, takes place in a straight line. If we consider it takes a curved path, suppose there are 2 points. Now if we displace the object from A to B in a curved path, you can see, and again return from B to A through path 2. Here we can say again WAB. Here the first work done we can say that is W1 while starting from point A to B. Now if we return to position A through another path, that is BA, so we can easily say W1, that is work done in case of first case, is equal to minus work done of second case. Why? Since first path is AB and second path is BA, in terms of vector notation, we can write AB is equal to minus BA, or W1 plus W is equal to 0. It means total work done is 0, means conserved or constant. Clear? In this way, that is total work done is restored, that is 0. Such a force is called conservative force. Clear? So what we have learned, a force is said to be conserved in which the total work done is 0. It means it can be conserved, the total mechanical energy, okay, the total work done can be restored, means it is 0, total mechanical energy is conserved, and most importantly, it doesn't depend on the path through which, okay, it doesn't depend on the path on which the work is done. It only depends on the initial and the final point. It means if a point starts its journey and through any point, curved, circular, and if it returns to its original position, displacement is 0, isn't it? So in this case, work done is 0, because whatever path it can follow, and finally it has to return in its final position, and since it is returned to its initial position, so it means total work done is 0. So such a force is called conservative force. Clear? So moves on to non-conservative force. What is non-conservative force? Now its characteristics is, all characteristics is just opposite to conservative force. It means the total work done cannot be restored. It means it cannot be 0. So total mechanical energy is not conserved. It depends on the path. It means it doesn't depend on the initial and the final point. Okay. If we give example, okay, the topic will be very clear. For example, frictional force. Frictional force. Okay. Now see the diagram. Suppose at first a suitcase or any object is at point A. Now by pulling we displace it to position B. So it means we all know that since frictional force. Okay. In this case, work is done against frictional force, because frictional force always does work done against the motion of the object. Clear? Again, if we want to return from B to A, in that case work is not getting. Again we have to do. Again work is done against frictional forces. Isn't it? First case, frictional force. Here the work is done against frictional force, because we all know that friction or frictional force always acts in the direction opposite to the direction of the motion of the object. So in the first case, if it is, suppose it is minus W1, in the second case it is not positive, it is not positive, negative, against. So again it is minus W2. So total work done is minus W1 minus W2. We can say W. Why? Because we are doing same work done, same kind of work. In first case, we are moving the object, same object, okay, and displace, and we move through a certain distance. Again we are pushing the same object up to the through same distance. So here we can say both work done same. So we can write, if both the work done are same, minus 2W. It means, okay, same work done in the first case. So it means that total energy is not constant. It means it will just each and every time if we push or pull, work done will be just increasing negative term. At first minus W, then minus W. Again if we move, though here direction is changing, but each and every time here work is done against frictional force. So we cannot say here it doesn't depend on the direction vector or displacement vector, because each and every time when we pull, work is done against frictional force. Again if we push, again frictional force. Again if we pull, so minus W, so it will never become 0. We cannot restore, because each and every time, because here frictional force cannot be positive, it is always negative. So this is called conservative and non-conservative force. Clear? So now moves on to the next topic, that is work energy theorem, isn't it? In class 10, it was included in the textbook, but it was out of syllabus. And when we started it, we told that when you will promote it to the higher classes, we will discuss in detail. So here is the work energy theorem. But before that, we have already learned about the kinetic energy, and kinetic energy is generally measured, isn't it, by the work done, isn't it? W is equal to Fs is equal to half mv square. We have already seen the expression of the kinetic energy is, it means while before stopping an object, if a body moves and by applying force, if it stops, and before stop it obviously travels some distance. So here kinetic energy is the total work done by that force just before stopping the object. So we already know that is kinetic energy is measured by the work done, or work done is equals to kinetic energy. So here suppose a body of mass f is moving with uniform velocity, with initial velocity u. Okay. After some time a force is applied. force is applied on the object and its velocity is increased and changed into v, that is final velocity. So it means here we can say acceleration takes place. Okay, the body is not, if it slows down, if you want to stop the object, in that case final velocity will be less than initial velocity and retardation will occur. But here force is applied, it is applicable, clear, it is applicable in case of either acceleration or retardation, clear. So in this case, suppose acceleration is a final velocity, here final velocity is increasing, so acceleration a, s is equal to the total distance, clear. Nevertheless, if the by applying force, if we stop the velocity, if we stop the object, in that case a will be retardation, expression will be same. We are taking just one example, okay, that is acceleration, s is equal to distance. So work done. So here, so from the equation of motion, v square is equal to u square plus twice as, clear, where s is equal to v square minus u square by twice a, clear. So if it was retardation, then it would have been u square minus v square, which also called change in kinetic energy. In that case, u is greater, u will be greater and v is less. So that in case here, it means the final velocity is greater and initial velocity is less. It means initial kinetic energy is less and final kinetic energy is more. It is obviously change in kinetic energy. Final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy in case of acceleration. But if retardation occurs, it obviously it would have been u square minus v square. In that case, change in kinetic energy will mean initial kinetic energy minus final kinetic energy. Since in that case, in case of retardation, initial kinetic energy will be more than that of final kinetic energy. So that's why I have told same expression, isn't it? Theory is the same. So s is equal to v square minus u square by twice a. Now, as you all know that, okay, work done is equal to, you all know, force into displacement. We all know that force is equal to mass into acceleration. So putting the value of F is equal to ma into, putting the value of S from this expression, v square minus u square by twice a, cancelling a half in v square minus u square. Since we have taken the example of retard acceleration, so that's why it is half in v square minus u square. If it were retardation, in case of v square minus u square, it would have been u square minus v square, same thing, okay, which also meaning the same. Half in v square minus u square means change in kinetic energy. In case final kinetic energy is greater than initial, but in case of u square minus v square is also mean change in kinetic energy, but in case final kinetic energy is less than initial kinetic energy. So here we have got work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. So this is work energy theorem, which states that the work done in displacing a object is equal to change in kinetic energy. It is not increasing or decreasing dependently. Otherwise, you have to write increase or decrease. In junior classes, it is generally mentioned increase. No, it may be decrease also. So that's why the perfect appropriate statement is change in kinetic energy. Clear? Okay, see you in next video.